wild. That's absolutely wild. Yeah. How's your days been so far?
Doing pretty good, pretty good. Uh, yeah, we're trying to get better in the basketball, and then studies in general. So yeah, we're going through it.
Hey, what about yours? It's been well, I would say quite fair. Um, well, in between travels and um matches, practices. Well, the good thing now is at least we don't have friendly matches, um, which is good. Although it benefited those who quote unquote didn't get to have much playing time in matches, so they get to um, showcase their skills. But it's been apart from that, it's been okay so far. I would say pretty fair, pretty fair. Um, we just gotta keep on pushing because the days it's so it can get quite tiring. So if you allow yourself to be drenched in that, then it's going to drain you out entirely. So that's why you have to keep up, work out, or try to stay as much alert as possible. I feel like be much more grounded, and I feel like shouldn't let the days kind of overwhelm us in a way. It's important too if anyone listening to get their vitamins, stay hydrated, eat eat as much fruits as possible. It's very, very important. Fill yourself up with enough energy as possible. Yeah, it's been nice. Well, it's been nice. But one thing I wanted to ask, have you heard about the Three Eye Atlas?
Yeah, I've actually heard about him.
What have you heard so far about it?
Well, I heard that NASA came out and said it's actually just a meteorite. There's no UFO, it's just a meteorite. But one thing that I seen, I saw it, found out that one thing I saw that was confusing.
Yeah.
It so they think it passed by the sun, and it took some of the energy in the sun, and made a mark on the sun, or a butterfly type of art on the sun.
Yeah.
As the biggest mark we've seen taken from the sun so far. But the sun gets a usual. But I'm wondering could it be? Could it be not? But so far we don't know.
It's wild. It's wild because for me personally, it sort of reminds me of I don't know if you watched the movie Independence Day, where this huge, enormous mothership pierces through the Earth's atmosphere, and the entire city gets to see it. And that thing was massive. And this is kind of the same thing. And they say it's 12 miles long. It's they say this comet, quote unquote comet, is the size of New York City. I will tell you this though, on a personal note, from what I've seen, that thing has lights on it. That doesn't look like a comet. I'm sorry, that thing doesn't look like a comet. And I did some extensive research on it, and I found out that there are people who have done I don't know if you've heard about this, but there's something called remote viewing. People who do it regularly. It's essentially people who sort of project themselves in a place or an environment through intense meditation and visualization. So once they do that, they're able to have visual access to the place that they're remote viewing. They could be what's called remote viewing is essentially you could be in one place and then see and perceive what's going to happen in a certain area or in a place. You could basically place yourself in a room and see what's going on in that meeting, but you're not actually there. That's the short way to give that example. And some people that have done that have said that they have actually seen the Three-Eye Atlas and have seen inside of the Three-Eye Atlas. And it's basically, yeah, as I said earlier, it's a mothership. And interesting enough, what they said was that they are a bunch of reptile-like creatures that are in a sub-tank, sub-tank, and they're just like waiting to be released. Like there are thousands of these creatures, of these beings that are just in a septic tank, waiting to be released. I was like, wait, what? It's insane. It's insane. And people say it's a comet, a meteorite. Yeah. I don't know of a comet that have a bunch of lights left and right and makes it seem like an actual sheep. Like it looks like a sheep, like a spacecraft, quote unquote spacecraft. But yeah, it's definitely something to look at. Did they say that it was going to arrive right around this month or November or?
Yeah, but now they changed it to December 19th, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, so it's projected to arrive that time?
Yeah, like pass by Earth on the December 19th, yeah.
Pass by Earth. Pass by air. Like psych, and it moves and it creeps all the way in me. Yeah, people are not ready for what's about to come. All I'm going to say is in these times, it's so important to align yourself with the Lord Jesus Christ. It's very, very, very important, especially in this day and age, for your mental health. Because what people are going to perceive in the coming days is going to be crazy. It's literally going to be crazy. You know why it's going to be crazy? Because people, throughout all these years, people have been in denial of certain theories. I don't call it conspiracy theories, but like theories that people have came out with. Yeah. Because it's been the experience, because they have perceived it, because they have witnessed it firsthand. And they have been ridiculed throughout the years and been called all sorts of names and whatnot. But now, when you've heard all that and go like, holy smokes, that these people were actually right, then it kind of cracks one's psyche. Like it makes them go like, holy smokes, like those guys that we thought were crazy all this time, like they were actually right all along. And it gives them this perspective of holy smokes, like, and because basically, they have not been prepared mentally. That's the thing. It's like people think, oh, why would anyone fearmonger a fellow human being? These things. It's not so much more about fear. It's more so about mental preparedness, like mental strength. Right, because in the Bible it does say like man's heart is going to fail them for the things that they're going to perceive, with their eyes, and there's some that would literally seek death but will not find it. Isn't that insane? That is absolutely insane. I remember coming across that. I was like, that is absolutely insane.
Like being so terrified of seeing something and you try killing yourself and you can't like that.
But death will cease to be in existence. Like, which means you're going to perceive certain things that will literally blow your mind. All those things that people have been talking about, where it's like, and you thought they were myths or fairy tales or whatnot. These creatures are literally starting to come out. And we remember when we talked about this. So we saw this links. Yeah. And was it in the Spanish? Where was it located at?
Yeah, I think so. Some Spanish.
How that creature just looked like it sort of is sprung out of nowhere. Like
it came out. Belong there now.
Yeah, exactly. It looks around like as if it didn't belong in that environment. It looked so, not just it didn't only look majestic. It also looked like You know those creatures that you kind of see like in the fairy tales and
Yeah, like in the Alice in Wonderland.
that's exactly how it looked like. It looks so majestic and so beautiful, but yet like it didn't belong. It's because the Earth's atmosphere is heating up so much so to the point where, of course, like people are messing up with the frequencies of Earth, and those creatures are starting to like step through our dimension. Now, people may think this is wild or like way out there, but yeah, we here put on the armor. We have done extensive research on these things, and man, trust us when we say y'all haven't seen nothing yet. Y'all have really not seen anything yet. You know, there's a lot of things, so much unexplained things that people have experienced or witnessed that it's just shocked them to the core. And you know, that's the thing too, is like when you've perceived certain things that are so crazy and so far out there that you don't really know how to express yourself. Like you feel like if you let your friends know or your family know, that they will call you crazy. You know, that you be looked at weirdly, like what the heck are you talking about, dude? Like, what are you smoking? Look, and you haven't smoked in a day in your life. But yeah, people have been in denial for a very long time. Well, all that ceases. You know, these creatures are they have been in contact with the government. It's no secret. Yeah, well, I mean, to the average listener, it's like this is wait, what? Yeah, these creatures have been in contact with the government, and now it's time for them to start getting revealed. They want to show themselves more, and they're gonna come out as so-called saviors of the world. And this is what is gonna lead to this one world government, quote unquote, one world currency, the so-called new world order. But yeah, it's insane. There's people. I'm just saying, like people should brace yourself. You know, it's not gonna get any easier from here. Switching gears in terms of people who overthink and put themselves in a predicament where it's like they allow their minds to get clouded with like thoughts that literally drains the energy out of them. I was thinking about this the other day, and I was like, holy smokes! Like people who overthink basically entertain the worst possible outcome to a reality that they haven't even lived in. Like they haven't lived in a reality that they have made up in their mind. And they have allowed themselves to be drained and overwhelmed by it. Like it's how do I put it? It's like you know how you put yourself in a situation where you feel like if I do this mentally, like it keeps me safe. You're overthinking. I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm overthinking because I'm trying to think about all the possible outcomes that can play out. But in doing so, you're not allowing yourself to actually give yourself a chance to experience what life may actually look like. You're basically putting unnecessary stress on yourself. It's like overthinking, right? And anxiety, they basically stems from the sheer fact that you not only subconsciously believe, like you don't really believe in because again, we have, some of us are fortunate enough to have like family members, friends, relatives who like, how someone tries to uplift you and tell you, hey, it's going to be okay, and no matter what happens. And in this situation, it's like, not only you don't believe in the words that are coming out of their mouth, you don't even believe in the words that are coming out of your mouth or your mind. Look, when you try to, when you try to uplift yourself and try to give yourself like a positive output in life and be like, okay, it's going to be better. It's going to get better. Like, do you really believe in your own words? Like like some people, it's like knowingly or unknowingly, it's like, it's almost as if they, well, this would be a bit of this would be a bit rough, but it's almost as if they sort of enjoy, like they subconsciously enjoy the idea of overthinking because it like shields them from unnecessary outcome that they haven't even lived to see. You know, because when you overthink to the point of like disaster, you think about each and every single possibility, and you're like, yeah, each and every single possibility that you've perceived in your mind's eye, it's like all you see is just like a rough outcome. So when you do that, you basically feel like, okay, like yeah, I'm protected since I'm able to see each and every single outcome. But you don't really understand that all the outcomes that you've seen again are all messed up. You know, people rather just sit by and think about the worst possible outcome that could come rather than actually like pause, take a breather, and have the humility and the humbleness to understand, like, you don't know what the future holds, but at least you could give yourself the chance to at least perceive what the outcome may be, whether good or bad. It's not always positive, sure, but like you attract what you think, right? You attract what you think. This is highly important to understand. People attract what they think. If you are constantly thinking negative, well, guess what, buddy? You're gonna see a lot of negative. You know, that is why people have to have a clear mind. Have a clear mind, and don't let your overthinking overwhelm you and drain you out of the energy that you would literally use to think out positive outcome. Try your best to think out the most positive outcome possible. And from there on out, just take it one day at a time. Take it one day at a time, but build up to that ideal, that thought in a much more positive light. Wow, it was wild, you know, because like you're literally allowing your mind to miss out on best possible outcomes that could transpire. It's like instead of like sabotaging, instead of self-sabotaging, I feel like it's like you feel it's good in a way because it may keep you one step ahead. Yeah. Because that's basically what it is, right? When you overthink like that, you kind of like are self-sabotaging from the get-go. Right? You feel it's good because it may like keep you one step ahead of each and every single possible outcome that could play out. Not realizing that you are actually believing in a lie and an alternate reality that doesn't even exist to you. Like, I mean, to the individual, it fully exists. Though, like that thought actually exists. They have created this world where that literally exists. Like you have fed that monster, and now it has a life of its own. So, the question at the end of the day, I was left with: can overthinking really be eliminated? That's the question. Can overthinking really be eliminated? And the answer is yes, it can. It can be eliminated. As I said, it takes an individual to. This is like on the surface level, right? We haven't touched on the spiritual aspect of it, but like if they can be able to breathe and give themselves the chance to actually think positively and try their very best to not overwhelm themselves in their own thought and drown in their own thoughts. I genuinely feel they could see an outcome or see a future that could potentially be much more exciting than what they have overwhelmed themselves with. You know, it's rough. It can be very painful. People go through when they say mental health awareness is overthinking. It literally sucks the life force out of a individual. So can it be eliminated? Absolutely, I believe it can be eliminated. It's just you as an individual have to make that decision first off by stepping out of your own mind and giving yourself the actual chance to genuinely look at the positive side of things. It's like, oh, but I can't see any positive. I can't see any positive whatsoever. Every single time I think about it, it's just it could be worse. You never know what will happen. It's just like oh, this or that. It's like, okay, it's either you choose to do that, all that, or you just take a moment to breathe and just take it one day at a time. Take it one day at a time. And as I said, as you think, so your reality will look like. So think as much positive as possible. Take a breather, go out, take a walk, and just free your mind of like the heaviness of what a future that you haven't even stepped in will look like. So that's personally my advice. I know that this is more of a surface level thing, because people really go through this pain and anguish. So that's like the best possible advice, almost from a surface level, right? And again, believe in the positive words, because it's like, okay, I try my best to be positive, but then I can't help but think about that again. Well, yes, because you don't really believe. Because at some point, like, look, there has to be an essence of faith and belief in what you actually say, or what your friend, family member tell you, right? Yeah. When they give you that upliftment, you actually have to believe it. You have to actually look at yourself in the mirror and say, like, yeah, I believe these words strongly, and I will embark on each and every single word positively, of course, that has been said, and I'll just take it one day at a time. And get to anyone who's listening to this, you're absolutely not alone. If anyone needs to talk, needs like any advice, any extensive advice, we're always here to answer any questions, at least to the best of our knowledge, because we don't know everything, right? But from one of the reasons this podcast was created is because we have done extensive research on certain things, and I found it weird to not talk about certain topics that people feel very uncomfortable to talk about. Like, people go through certain pain or whatnot, but like, it's like they don't know how to express themselves, and they feel like alone. So now this podcast was built to let you know that you're not alone. That dark figure in the room that may seem like a pile of clothes, but it's really not. We know. We know. We know. So that is that topic. This helps to some extent. And there is also like an announcement coming up when it comes to a book. We are working on a book, on a health book. So to anyone who's listening, this one is gonna be a good one. This is definitely be a good one. It's something that I felt like, again, I mentioned that we've done extensive research on certain things, on certain topics, and a trillion dollar company or a $1 trillion business that has been draining the pockets of people who have been suffering from this illness. It's a good thing. It's a good thing being able to help people save their money and go on a very healthy quest on the most natural way possible. So, yeah, this has been Put on the Armor, episode 16, and you'll hear from us on the next one. Peace. Much health. Peace.